I'm back for another player interview today. Today I'm going to be interviewing one of the best scorers in the entire country and one of the bounciest point guards there is in the NCAA right now. I'm talking about 6-foot guard out of the University of New Orleans, Derek St. Hilaire. This dude can score at all three levels and impacts his team phenomenally on the defensive end. He's a great leader for his team, leading his team to the number one seed in the Southland Conference standing so far. He's a great guy. He's been supporting my brand for a while. I can't wait to get him on here, ask him some questions. He should be joining this live soon, and I'll get him on. Hey, there we go, man. All right.
My fault.
Hey, you good, man. It happens. All right, so I mentioned it before. You guys are first in the Southland Conference right now. 9-0 win streak there. Starting off 6-0 in conference play. You yourself, 2-time player of the week already. You rank just outside the top 10 in scoring at number 11 at 21 points a game. You have 5 straight games of 22 plus. Talk to me about so far this season, the accomplishments for both your team as a whole and yourself individually. How do you feel on those accomplishments so far?
Team-wise, obviously, we wish we was undefeated. We ain't tripping too much off that loss because we still got like 7 more conference games to go. We feel like we're the best team. We feel like can't nobody really mess with us. So we plan on winning the whole thing. And then with me, I just been doing my thing. I just been out there hooping, and whatever happens, happen. I just happen to be hooping good, put the work in, and that's what happens.
Absolutely, man. And that work shows. That work shows phenomenally. I mean, like I said, 5 straight games of 22 plus. I'm sure you're going to keep that streak going for sure. I mean, you've been a bucket getter for your team and for your whole career. You have 141 career threes so far. I mean, that's a lot of players don't even get to 100 threes in their career. And I mean, you're well over that and still going. You started your career off at Jacksonville State at the Division I level, playing 2 years there. Mainly came off the bench as that backup point guard role. Averaged like 7 points a game in 2019-2020 season. Talk to me about your time at Jacksonville State and how that really helped get you ready for the impact you're making now in New Orleans.
It was cool. It was just I had a role there, so I just played my role. It just really helped me mature in the game of college basketball, and I knew that if I stayed there, I couldn't show how good I really was, so I had to get out of there. But you know, it was for a reason. I'm glad I went there, did my time, and got on.
Yeah, they're now in the ASUN conference going against my team FGCU. So I mean they were a really good program. You're turning into one of the star point guards. So I'm going to be completely honest. They lost a phenomenal guard in you, obviously.
Facts.
I mean, I got going to New Orleans for your grad season. You started off the season kind of in that same role, coming off the bench as that backup point guard, scoring 7-8 points here and there. New Orleans fans, they knew of Damian Roster, they knew of Troy Green, the guys that have been there, and no one really knew the name Derek St. Hilaire until one game against McNeese. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You came off the bench and scored 3 points, 7 threes. Do you remember that game at all?
Yeah, I remember it. It was a home game, but I was really like I was doing my thing before that. It's just I had broke my hand a month before the season started, so that whole month, like leading up to the season, I didn't practice, and then our first game was BYU, and like I had practice for the first time in a month, like that shoot around day before we played BYU. So I had to get my rhythm and my momentum, like those first like 7-8 games or whatever it was last year, and then once I got that, we started rolling. Everybody was hooping, and I started doing my thing. Coming off the bench, starting it at that point, it didn't really matter to me because either way, I was doing my thing. I didn't care.
Hey, well, New Orleans fans I can speak for all the New Orleans fans out there. We are happy that you gained that momentum for sure. After that, you were just on a hot streak. I mean, you averaged 12.3 points per game on the season as a whole. But in conference play, I mean, I'm pretty sure you averaged 20 plus during conference.
Yeah, I think it was like 16, something like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was absolutely insane. You're actually in your 6th year now of playing at the college level basketball. Uh, Last year didn't count because of the whole COVID issue. Talk to me, how happy are you that you get that extra year of eligibility because last year didn't count?
It's cool. It's really like my 5th year. I ain't played my sophomore year. I had broke my foot, but I mean, I'm glad I came back. I get to show how good I really am. We winning. My teammates, I'm cool as hell with. Like, just glad I came back another year to just tone up and show what I could do before I go pro.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned your teammates. I'm going to mention one real quick. You're first in the Southland Conference. This guy is 6th in scoring. I believe he's still first in steals in the conference. Troy Green. I mean, you and him have really shown out to be the true leaders of the Privateers team. And I mean, both of you guys just get buckets whenever your team impact the defense. Really have been the biggest contributors so far this season. Talk to me about the bond that you have with him and your guys' role as the leaders of this team.
Man, I'm gonna just start by saying we're the best backcourt in the country. I don't care who you talk to. I don't care who it is. I'm going with us too, but it's everybody. TG, we kind of the same, but we a lot different. But in terms of hard work and dedication, he one of the most dedicated and focused players, guys I ever been around my life, on the court, off the court. And having somebody like that inside of me to play with is good because it make me lock in even more. So really, all the success I'm having on the court, he's definitely part of that. Because without him being as locked in as he is, it don't make me as locked in as I am.
Yeah, he's great, and I like that, the best backcourt in the country, not just the Southland. I heard the announcer
Yeah,
talk about it the past couple of games that you guys were the best backcourt in the country or best backcourt in the conference.
yeah,
Like yours better with the whole
yeah,
country.
yeah. We already know the Southlands are for sure. We the best backcourt in the country.
Oh yeah, they're without a doubt in my mind. It's between you and him for Southland Conference Player of the Year. I mean, there's a lot of other good players in the conference.
It's staying in New Orleans regardless. I know that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Both of you, first team All Conference on lock for sure.
For
Um,
sure.
you so far this season, 21 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 2 steals a game. You know, like I mentioned, a 9-0 run, 6-0 to start off conference. You've had some phenomenal games so far. 34 against HBU, 31 versus Northwestern State. I mean, 20 plus points every single time you play a Power 5 conference schools. So you didn't start off. You had to gain momentum last year, like you said. This year,
Yeah.
momentum already, and you just went off with it. Talk to me about those big Power 5 games and how they've really helped get your team ready to be so dominant in the Southland Conference.
We just like obviously in those games we wanted to win. We didn't win, but they just got us ready because they was more physical. They were bigger. Guys were obviously a little better. Um, Even those games we played, we felt like we was better than some of those teams like Northwestern. It was a close game till like 5 minutes left, and we had lost by I think we ended up losing by like 13 or something, but it was real close the whole way, and we should have won that game. And our record didn't look too good at first, but we knew we was going to turn it around, and we knew once we got in conference, we was going to be pretty much better than everybody and just dominate. And we're bigger than that, pretty much bigger than everybody too. So they can't like it's either they're gonna give up inside with our size or outside like with me and TG and Sack and Kamani, Rod, and everybody that's on the wing. So they gotta pick their poison with us. Either way, it's gonna be a bad night for them.
Absolutely. You already mentioned it. That was actually going to be my next question for you. You guys have a lot more size than every other player out there. You know, last year you guys had your tallest players on the court there for the longest time was Damian Rosser, who just joined us live, and Mel Myers, who's Jamel's 6'6", and then Deontay Bell came in late in the season. He's 6'9", but limited minutes because of injury. This year you brought in Tyson Jackson, Simeon Kirkland, Deontay stepped up phenomenally. All of them are 6'9" plus. Talk to me about the impact that those bigs have really had.
Man, they've been dominating. They compared to last year, what we had this year, like it depends which big, like which way you want it. We got Sim, Tyson, Ja, Bell. We got a freshman DY. He don't play. People don't know about him. He's tough. We just got way too many. We're too deep in like every spot, like, and especially at that 4 or 5, like they're too big. They bang too much. You're gonna get tired of them. We run so much in practice that they not gonna get tired. So by the end of the game, the other bigs gonna be tired, and that's when they eat. And at the end of the game, we going to them. They getting their points. They hitting their free throws. They could shoot. Like they can put on the ground a little bit. It's just it's too much. It's too much for teams to deal with.
Yeah, I know Sim and Jamel personally. I actually went to high school with Jamel, and I was with Sim when he was at FSW. I mean, I've seen them in person, what they can do, and I know I've seen the highlights that Tyson, Deontay have put up. I've seen a little bit of Darius Washington when he gets in. I know he's going to be a great big man for them in the future.
But
You mentioned Kamani Dowdy, Rodney Carson, two of your wing guys, great three-point shooters. They've been with the program a little while. Them, Norris Williams, Jamon Vincent, those are, the 4 guys that are really going to have to step up and take on the starting roles that you and Troy are going to be leaving behind for next year. Talk to me about those young guys and the potential that they have and what you see for them next.
no, Norris is good as anybody in the Southland. He just obviously he has to play behind the best backcourt in the country, so he doesn't get a lot of reps to show it like in games. And but nah, and like Turk, he's a beast. People from New Orleans know who he is. He comes through the lane. You better watch your head because he's gonna put one on you. And then Saki too, he'll be back next year to lead these boys. But I'm not even worried about them next year. They'll be all right. Them boys can hoop. They just gotta get the chance to show everybody that they can do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Those guys are going to have a real good opportunity to step up next year, get some good playing time for New Orleans under Coach Schlesinger. You talked about Turk, driving the lane, dunking it on people's heads. You should know. You have a lot of experience with that. You had 3 highlight dunks that I thought all of them should have been on ESPN Top 10 played Corpus.
I thought one of them was gonna make it.
One of them might have. I don't know if it did, but I mean,
I didn't really pay attention after like the first night.
Yeah, I mean, went up. I mean, you had to self-out yourself. I don't know how you did that.
Didn't throw it high enough. St. Hilaire was there. And did the bounce.
I'm not even gonna lie. It was just kind of one of the things that kind of just happened. Like, I kind of do that in pickup a lot, but in the game, it kind of just happened. I don't really be thinking about it. I just kind of do it.
Yeah, it was great, man. I mean, you're easily the best point guard in the country, in my opinion.
Most definitely.
Talking about that mindset, when you get into that open court, I know you said that it just kind of happens, but talk to me about every time you dunk it, your team gets fired up. You get fired up. You show that emotion on your face every time. Talk to me about what that helps bring to your team in the course of the game.
We just like to have fun. Like, when I get a fast break, my teammates know I like to kind of put on a show a little bit, get the crowd into it, get my boys lit. Like, we just like to have fun, and that's a chance where if I could do something to turn everybody up, I'm gonna try to do it. And yeah, that's really just it.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the comment that Damian Rosser just put on there. John Moran 2.0. That fits the description perfectly.
With a jump shot.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I've said it 1,000 times already. 21 points per game. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, very few players are averaging more in the country right now. You've been such a bucket getter at all 3 levels of the court. I mean, from beyond the arc, driving the lane, step in, jump shot. Talk to me about your mentality when you get the ball in your hands, and what's just going through your mind as far as helping get your team those points.
I mean, I kind of just I don't want to say I take what the defense gives me because I kind of try to just do whatever I want, but at the same time I kind of do because like I can shoot, I can shoot, I can shoot the midi, or I can attack the rim. So it's like if you take one away, I'm gonna go to the other one. I have no problem with it. Like There's like the last three games I haven't shot the three ball good. And like you said, I still been scoring 20. Like I can get it inside, outside. It just kind of was whatever's there and how I'm feeling that game is how it gets done.
Absolutely. You're able to drive that lane like there's no defender even there. You pop up from NBA range and you can just sink them. You did that really well actually in I think they call it the preseason tournament that they had.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that tournament. It's kind of a new thing that the Southland is really trying to start promoting, so other conferences start doing. What's your opinion on that preseason tournament that they had?
It was cool. I'm glad they didn't count towards conference. We got to see what other teams like. Other teams got to see what it was like, and everybody got to uh, play against each other, go back, work on what they think they needed to work on before conference started. So, I mean, I don't know if more leagues is gonna start doing it, but it was definitely cool. I enjoyed it, had a good time, and I think my teammates did too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know I enjoyed watching the games. It was awesome, especially that
Yeah,
you guys had versus McNeese that went into overtime. I know you guys ended up losing that game, unfortunately, but then you guys ended
yeah.
up beating McNeese about a week later at their
Hmm.
place, and you guys had a phenomenal win against them. Talk to me about the difference between those two games and how they went about.
I mean, that first time we played McNeese, I didn't play good. Um, they did a good job of keying in on me, staying tight to me and all that. Fouling me a little bit, but if the refs don't call it, it's quote unquote not a foul. But nah, we just locked in because we felt like we were a better team. They play hard as hell though. They rebound the ball hard, like they just play hard, and we knew we had to play just as hard, rebound good, and execute, take care of the ball. And then when the end of that clock came, we felt like we would have more points than they did, and that's just what it was.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You guys, like I said, you guys ended up beating them the second time. You guys play them one more time in conference before
Yeah, at home.
Southland tournament kicks off in March. Uh, like you said, I believe you said earlier you have about 7 more games. Talk to me about the games that you guys have left. What's your mentality going into them, and how are you guys really getting ready for that Southland tournament?
These last 7 games, we got to be more locked in than we was before. Because we beat everybody except IUW, but we know we're gonna beat them next time, this coming Saturday. But we know everybody's gonna come give us their best shot since we're the best team in the conference. Everybody knows it. We know it. They know it. So as long as we stay locked in, we don't play around. We come do what we got to do and handle every game like it's in March. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. I can't wait because I told Jamel this last time I interviewed one of you guys. I interviewed him, and I told him at the end of that interview, I might as well just fill out my bracket and put me.
Put us in
I'm
that
ready.
in that spot.
I'm absolutely excited. I can't wait to see you guys win that Southland tournament. Thanks for being on here, man. I've been wanting to do you for a while. I've just been needing to get some time. So thanks for doing this interview with me, man.
No problem. No problem. Hey, while y'all here, check it out. Go get my boy gear. Stop playing.
I just came to hoop. Shouting you
That's all
out.
we do.
Shouting you out. All right, man. I love it. I love it. All right, man. Good luck on Thursday against Corpus Christi and Saturday against UIW. I know some more dubs to come, and keep rocking this season, man.
Appreciate it.
All right. See you.